Hello, welcome back to episode 42 of Baldur's Gate 3. In the last episode we dealt with the gangs of Baldur's Gate, the guild, the Zentarum. They were having a little bit of a squabble. We took down the Zentarum once and for all. In this episode we will be going to the Wizard's Tower because Gale wants to read some books. We're also going to deal with the end part of the Night Song quest. Go see why a certain wizard wants the Night Song.
Keep going.
We might get to see her in action today as well. Let's head out. We'll go buy a newspaper first and then get on with it.
Get your copy of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette here. News that bites but... Oh. You again. It's gold. Same as before.
Sure, I'll take one.
Works great as toilet paper if you run out.
He's like, oh, it's you again. Yeah, I don't care then. Where is some money? Well, we actually did get his money back. Alright, now we're going to go to the center of the city. Wherever the heck we are right now. Alright, we're all the way over there. Can't just teleport over, but I did dye my gear between episodes as well. I also dyed Shadowheart's gear, so we look a little bit better now, I would say. Aradin. Open the bloody gate.
Let me back in. I'll bring Lorroakan out here, you tin tube. You tell Lorroakan I went for his goddamn night song, and now he has to pay up. What are you looking at? Shit, it's you. You went looking for the night song after me. Please tell me you found it.
Who are you trying to get it inside?
Lorroakan, the wizard who set out the contract. He owns this place. And his little page boy inside knows how to get to him. Lorroakan said it'd be easy money. A smash and grab. Get in, get the night song, go.
Easy.
Turns out his little relic was in a temple of Shah, beneath an army of goblins. Would never have taken my people in if I'd known. I can't bring them back. But I can make Lorroakan cough up. Especially if you found the relic.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't find anything. Of course, I would have a critical failure. Come on, I'm trying to deceive here.
Hope you lost fewer people along the way than I did. Bloody goblins. Lorroakan should have warned us. Sod it. Enough. Lorroakan and his precious night song just about ruined my life. If you value yours, I'd steer well clear of this place.
Look, Aradin, he's an asshole, but he was on the wrong side of another asshole, so we'll just get him out of here.
Welcome, dear patron, to Sorceress Sundries. I am an unperson in service of the revered wizard Lorroakan, proprietor of this fine establishment. To browse our wares, say trade. To provide information about the Night Song, say Night Song. If you are a city official here to collect dues, say taxes. For all other inquiries, say other.
You might hear some loud bangs coming from the video game outside of where we are. For some reason, the city centre has magicians performing tricks right outside the tower, and they are so loud. Like, sometimes I get a fright just because it's like a jump scare in my ear. I would like to trade, actually.
You're sure to find what you're looking for.
Because there is an item that I would like to grab, which is the Birthright. Gives +2 charisma up to 22. There is a reason I need that. You will find out probably in the next episode. Alright, now that we've dealt with the buying of item, Night Song.
The provision of information that leads to the retrieval of the Night Song is worth a great deal to Master Lorroakan. Do you have information regarding the Night Song?
Yes.
Please proceed upstairs for further instructions. Thank you. Please come again soon, and have a magical day.
I will proceed upstairs momentarily.
She can point us to the tome I need.
Literature department. Can I help you?
Why are you whispering?
Shh. These books are sensitive. They prefer an environment of quiet reverence.
Sensitive books. I'm trying to find out about a particular Nivery's crown. Have you anything on that subject?
Bold. You might have heard that our library has a collection other shops would lack the skill to curate. Between us, even Master Lorroakan was reluctant to house them in his tower. The pen is mightier than the magic wand, apparently. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety. Our finest reserve includes the Tharkiot Codex, the Annals of Karsus and Nethery's Folly, Sights of the Seelie, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you?
The Annals of Karsus, Nethery's Folly.
It is said to be written by Lord Karsus himself, the Netherese arcanist who attempted to replace the goddess Mystra, failed, and was banished for the attempt. Great magical knowledge lies within those pages, but not many can withstand it.
That's it. That's what I need.
The Annals of Karsus would no doubt have much to say about the crown's true nature. If only you could read them.
Well, that sounds perfect. How much for me to buy it from you?
Buy? Books as temperamental as these are not on sale. They are secured in our vault, where none can harm them, nor can they do any harm. Consider yourself lucky to have learned of such a book's existence, and then forget about it. The Annals of Karsus are best left unread.
Isn't it your job to share knowledge, not keep it locked away? At least tell me where the vault is. That ain't gonna help. It's okay.
The vault is strictly prohibited for customers. If you don't cease this foolishness, the rest of Sorcerer's Sundries will be as well.
Okay, thank you. I've learned more than enough.
You certainly have. Even simple knowledge of these tomes is enough to stimulate most.
This is hardly the time for idle banter. The Annals of Karsus are here, waiting to be read.
Welcome, dear patron, to the floor at the top of the stairs. If you have information about the Night Song, great riches await. If you are here to waste the great wizard Lorroakan's time, reconsider. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
Alright.
Let's see what this does. The Night Song is an immortal being, the child of a deity.
Well, that is true, so I guess we're taking this portal.
Hold very still, Nicklaw. Craig's aim is much improved, but still leaves something up to chance.
Yes, sir.
All right, Craig. Ready? Aim. We have a visitor. At ease. Nicklaw, you may go.
Lorroakan.
I see no Night Song. Surely you wouldn't have entered my tower without the Night Song in hand? Surely you wouldn't have wasted my time?
I just wanted to know what you want with her.
Her. Fascinating. You've been to Shah's temple, haven't you? To the Shadowfell?
You speak as though you've seen the Night Song yourself.
Alas, I've paid for a good deal of very privileged information. Now I await the results of the generous contract I've commissioned. Answer now, or see what happens when fools misuse my valuable time.
Why do you want her so badly?
I'm growing tired of this repartee, my friend. Let us cut to the chase. Beautiful, isn't it? Worth more than your life, too. I bought it from a Kalashite warlock. There's very little of his soul left to him. It can bind a celestial to the wearer's service with a snap of the fingers. And this can keep her in place. Forever.
Looks familiar. A clever contraption, let me guess. Like Ketheric formed before you, you wish to become immortal.
It didn't work out for poor Ketheric, did it? He was a fool. A desperate mercenary who poured out his soul to whichever god flattered him. I serve no god, but that which stares back at me in the mirror. The Night Song will be put to a grand purpose, equalizing man and god. Whoever helps me attain that which I seek will be greatly rewarded.
Jahira and Shadowheart just like shimmering. Equalizing man and god, quite the lofty ambition.
I intend to achieve greatness, and I intend to do it for a long, long, long time.
He would seek the power of gods for the pettiest of reasons. His own gratification. At least I seek them for the better of all.
What's that? I didn't quite catch the words, but the insolent tone was clear enough.
Pitying, not insolent. You chase one power without knowing an even greater one lies within my reach. The crown of Karsus. Once we acquire it, your ambitions will be dwarfed. I'll be able to stand against Mystra and wrest her powers from her for the betterment of all.
The crown of Karsus? Nonsense. Even if it still existed, you couldn't possibly handle its power.
Perhaps you could not. But Netherill's power is in my blood. And Mystra? I know her in ways that most mortals can only dream of.
Ah. So it is you. Mystra's discarded lapdog. And now you think your bark is cause to make me tremble?
There is no need for me to bark. My actions will speak for themselves. In time.
Then go. Act. I'll open a fine vintage in your name, once word of your failure reaches me.
I will consider your request, Lorroakan.
You aren't the only one who knows what's on offer for the Night Song's retrieval. Consider carefully whether you'd like to see your fortune in someone else's hands. Someone who might slip into your camp at any moment, or harry you through street and inn until you're run ragged and surrender. The choice is yours. Fortune, or imminent death. I know you'll choose wisely.
Mother's milk, your visage speaks of ill tidings. Speak, ally mine. What troubles you?
A wizard called Lorroakan is looking for you.
Is he indeed? Pray tell, what does he seek from Dame Aylin?
He put a bounty out for your capture, and now there is a violent mercenary looking for you.
Let them come, and let them find me. Dame Aylin will strike down any who seek to bring her to harm's home. Yet, it is better to cut off the head of the snake than to let its slithering snakelings swarm us unabated. This wizard must be held to account. I will wring his neck until he's dead.
And let us go put him down together.
Oh, his end will be one more strand in the great braid of our friendship. Hie we to this Lorroakan right away. I am as eager to meet him as he is to ensnare me.
And she's off. We're back.
What have we here? A magician in a tower, hiding away from the frightening world. What are you so scared of, Magus? Not the night song, surely. Why, she's nothing but a relic to be purchased and pursued.
At last. There you are, my dear.
You will address me with due deference. I am Dame Aylin, and you are a whelp without honor, without pride, with nothing but a tower full of trinkets.
Oh, my apologies, Dame Aylin. I meant no disrespect. I asked our mutual friend here to make an introduction that I might get to meet the famed daughter of Selûne. Forgive me for that impudence. Perhaps our friend can bridge the gap and do what I believe they came here to do?
I actually came here to stop you, Lorroakan.
My steel-hearted friend speaks true. Give me one good reason, Magus, why I should not strike you down where you stand.
Dame Aylin, I have discovered a device that would allow your immortality to be shared. It would cause you no harm, no pain of any kind. You serve your mother Selûne, I believe. She who has blessed our realm with so many gifts. Honor her by sharing yours.
You dare to threaten me with the same magic that held me in torment for 100 years? You do not seek to share my gifts. You seek to poach them.
I had hoped to appeal to your better nature. Perhaps I overestimated you. No bother. I have an arsenal of implements capable of convincing you to see reason.
It's over for you, wizard. You can't overpower us both.
A pity you didn't prove a more reliable ally. You could have reaped the rewards of my good favor. I'd hoped you to keep an open mind, but it seems you're determined to make this as difficult as possible. I have great plans for you, Dame Aylin. And if you will not go quietly, then you'll go kicking and screaming.
Magicians and their plans for Dame Aylin. Predictable, sadistic, flaccid.
Myrmidons! Imperatum!
Flaccid. Lorroakan, because he has 4 elementals on the field, he does gain elemental retort. You hit him. So, hitting Lorroakan first is definitely not the answer. I think we'll start by trying to take out one of the elementals. Do have a lot of damage after all, so maybe it's possible. Nice. Get some Spirit Guardians rolling. Thankfully, there's no elemental retort against Spirit Guardians. And we did just kill McClure. Immediately, but I mean, he's on the wrong side, you know? stone skin on Lorroakan as well. Okay. But it did just break. I'll continue to take out the elementals.
Very well.
Because we are fighting up in a tower and there's like all these areas where you can get blown off. Can actually get thrown off the tower. Pretty big fall outside if you get thrown out the window too. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Power of Enmity up. Go to it. Kill the Spirit Guardians on everyone. Alright, Gale's got this water myrmidon right beside him. Maybe a shatter would heal it. Only 11. But it did put the radiating orb up, so... Nice. Nice. Got him in the stun. Another cone of cold? Don't think so. Just having a wizard or a sorcerer with you for interrupts is pretty nice. Job, Aylin. Very good job, Aylin. Putting in some work. Alright. Just Lorroakan now, it seems. He's pretty chill, like, this fight isn't very difficult. On honor mode, it was the same because he doesn't actually have any legendary actions, so... Never found it to be a difficult one. Take him down, Shadowheart.
Damn you.
Lorroakan, you who would see me caged. You who would purchase my submission with profane gold. Let every wicked magus, every vile murtherer, each slaver and misery merchant see. Dame Aylin is watching. She is indomitable. And when her face lights the shadows of your wrongdoing, you are broken by its beauty.
He's scary.
The Firehead Fool is dead. Yet as I stare upon his corpse, I feel... sadness. Why?
What kind of sadness is it?
A gripping in the chest. As though I'd lost someone. Something. Paladin's fatigue, no doubt. You were excellent in battle, as is your way. And I am proud to fight at your side. I will catch my breath, then to camp I will bring my bones. Moon Maiden be with you.
You too. It's interesting that that happens to Aylin, because she is a paladin, and it sort of reminds me of when you break your oath. I'm not 100% sure why it's happening to her in this situation, but... You know, when I ran my paladin through honor mode and broke my oath one time, it was
Dame Aylin
famous.
has little to feel sorry about. Lorroakan would have inflicted a far worse fate on her given the chance.
Indeed, Gale.
Leave Aylin to her sorrow. Likely the wizard only reminds her of all the other fools past and present who have sought to use her.
Now, Lorroakan does have some loot for us, so we are going to take it from him. Got the Shelter of Efkatla. Gain advantage on saving throws against spells. Alright. But there is a better one here, so it's not that great. And +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls on the staff, which is much better. Also, I noticed during that fight that we actually hit level 12, which means we are now level capped. So let's go ahead and deal with that. So the rest of the game, we're just going to be playing without getting any stronger. Well, other than gear, you know. Gear will continue to come. But, I mean, for my character, for Franca, she's pretty much done. Like, she has all the gear. Alright, with level 8 Ranger, we get Land Stride. Difficult terrain, which means difficult terrain no longer slows us down, so we can just run like normal anywhere, which is great. And we get another feat, which I don't exactly know where to put the point. I might actually just take Skilled as my other feat, because honestly anything that is like combat orientated isn't that useful for this character. I mean, there's a reason Gloomstalker doesn't need 3 feats. So I might just take +4 to Insight, Intimidation, and Performance. Give us some more options going forward, but yeah. Alright, with Jaheira, so I might actually just grab 2 points in Constitution. It gives her 12 more HP. We could always give her Tough, which would be a bit more, but I like having more skill, like more points on these levels. Now Shadowheart, I don't need to worry about a feat, thankfully, because she's just a level 7 cleric. That does get her another level 4 spell slot and a level 5 spell slot. Spirit Guardians or Divine Smite, that sounds good, doesn't it? A level 5 smite. And with Gale, we will actually just put the 2 points into Intelligence for him. Pretty easy decision there, I would say. And that's our level 12 abilities done. Now, it is time to run around and loot Lorroakan's tower. Wizards of note, Lorroakan. Doesn't seem like a wizard of note at all. I wonder how he got this tower. Now, before we head down, let's quickly disguise ourselves and speak to Lorroakan.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
How did you become the owner of this place?
Ramesses, gone. Open for the taking.
So he stole it. Who is Ramesses?
Powerful mage. Spellmaker.
And where did Ramesses go?
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Where do you store your valuables?
Lower floor. Magic repository. Vault key.
How did you learn to imprison the Night Song?
Ramesses' notes. Balthazar's magic.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Right, we got enough out of him. There's so much more that we could have gotten, but we got enough for now. Alright, I think I've looted everything up here, so let's head downstairs. One thing I need to do first, though, is put on a scroll of See Invisible. Be very useful.
Security.
When you don't have See Invisible up, you can't actually see these little plaques. So it's quite helpful to know what you're like clicking on. Ye Folly of Carsus. Not the book we're looking for, but close. Let's head down. You can see there are some levers. Now these levers, I believe, require intelligence checks.
Something over there.
Sorceress Sundry's mystery door key. Spooky. Oh, high security vault key. Well, I don't actually need that because, you know, we've already looted the vault. Now, because these require an intelligence check, of course, we're going to have Gale up. There's an intelligence check of 20, after all. It might fail. All this just to get rid of the globes of invulnerability. 16 is coming up a lot. It was 3 16s for our failures. And now we have the Markoshishka, or however you say it. a legendary staff, gain +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls, arcane battery, which is amazing, you can cast for free, and the robe of weave, which I hate the look of. I really dislike how this robe looks, but it is so. +1 to spell save DC and attack rolls, +2 armor class, which is amazing as a caster. Time to head down to the vaults. Now, sadly, with this vault button, we have to go one by one, which is annoying. We did get an update to the ancient tome that we did, I think, episode 6 when we opened that tome. I have since figured out why these two books are connected. I didn't know why back when I did that episode. It's been a while, you know. I don't think I'm going to read this book with Franka. I think I'm going to give it to Gale because it benefits him more to have it. He won't get the full reward from it, but it is just summon some zombies, so it's not like I really care about it, you know. But let's go ahead and open this way up. The Red Knight's Final Stratagem. I'll let Gale read all these books.
Excellent source of arcana. Its magic should come in quite handy.
We get the Scroll of Artistry of War, which we can learn on Gale, and it is a very strong ability. It's basically like magic missiles on steroids. We will definitely be learning that with him at some point. Posted scroll. So with this portal we can go back outside, but we're not doing that right now, are we? We're exploring. Gotta see what's in here.
No entry to vaults. Trespassers will be disintegrated. Master Lorroakan.
That doesn't sound great. We're going in anyway.
Each door named after a wizard of renown. The annals must be behind Carsus' door.
Would make sense. So we can't yet go into Carsus, and we can't yet go into Elminster, so we have to go Silverhand. Whoosh is open. This is where we actually have to be. I just like exploring this place though, so I always check all the doors, even though they may not be open, like this one is. Doesn't matter how many times I come through here, I want to be sure I haven't missed anything.
Unlock hereby the path to the Elminster Vault.
Right, Gale, pull the lever. Wait, he's responsible for it, you know?
Find a way forward.
It wasn't me.
Unlock hereby the path to the Carsus Vault.
I'll do that one for you, Gale. Go to the Elminster Vault first. Yeah, and we get some more revealed loot also, which is nice. Alright, so this codex is the book that we need to have if we want to finish the quest for our book. But once again, I don't really care too much about finishing that, so I'm gonna let Gale use it. Yeah, the Necromancy of Fae, as you can see. Now, he will get cursed with Constitution score is reduced by 5. But
My faith will guide me.
we can remove that curse. And then he will have a permanent buff, which gives him 20 temporary health each long rest. That's why I think it's more worth for Gale to have it. Here is the Carsus Vault, where we really need to be. Magus, be warned. Alright, Gale, here's the book that you needed, mate.
These notes are no mere diary. These are the visions of Carsus himself. Designs for the crown he hoped to forge. And the new form of magic he planned to create with it. It seems Raphael was telling you the truth. The crown you saw atop the Elder Brain is indeed of Carsus's making. Reunite the crown with the Dead Three's netherstones and Carsus's design might yet be completed. You could wield the power of a god.
Better not get ahead of yourself. The crown is still out of reach for now.
Between you and the crown, there's the small matter of the Elder Brain to contend with. For now, whatever designs of your own with regards to the crown will have to wait. But not for long. It will be in your hands soon enough, and you have quite the decision to make.
Alright, so we found the Annals of Carsus, and now we leave. Now we do teleport down into the tower again, which can be dangerous. On my honor mode playthrough, when I exited this door, I did actually aggro the entire tower and had to like invisibility out. That was the scariest part of my honor mode playthrough. Like, wow, the whole town's attacking us. An alternate perspective, the weave. One reason I like honor mode though, if you make mistakes, you just gotta live with them, right? Or at least I do.
You don't have permission to be here. You're about to be ejected.
I'll be off then. But yeah, usually that's what happens. It didn't happen in my honor mode playthrough, they just attacked me. Oh, hello, Elminster.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. There's a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. Tell me, what curiosities have you and your companions discovered within the walls of this esteemed emporium?
Well, we found the Annals of Karsus. It proved an enlightening read.
So, you have learned the truth of the enemy we face. The very tool with which its eponymous creator unmade magic itself. Perhaps now you understand what is at stake here, my boy. Though what Mystra asked of you was extreme, it was not without merit, nor demanded lightly.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mystra knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mystra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
I don't know about you guys, but I am thoroughly intrigued at what's going on behind Elminster every time he's on screen, and I'm being distracted by it. You really think Mystra will be willing to hear Gale out?
I see remaining up to Mystic is my duty, especially when I'm not the one being asked to do the seemingly impossible. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave, if you are willing. Trust in Mystra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry tale, Gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will write it.
So all it took to get Mystra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it.
What do you think she wants to say?
Well, I doubt it's an apology for asking me to die on her behalf. Whatever it is. If it's important enough to send Elminster, we can be damn sure she's serious. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards.
I agree. We should head over to the Stormshore Tabernacle.
After you.
I've never actually had that discussion with Elminster here. Like, usually he'll be in the camp. We haven't been here yet. There is some stuff that you can get here, but I haven't actually ever done it. Like, there's some blessings.
Some time since I stood before her in a place like this.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Well, are you composing a poem in your head or some such?
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee.
I don't think she's that kind of goddess.
Thankfully not. though she's not been averse to demanding the odd human sacrifice in recent days, has she?
True.
When I pictured this moment, I thought I'd feel more in control. Yet, here I am, with palms sweatier than a bugbear's armpit. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it.
Have all the things to be nervous about. Any audience with a goddess seems reasonable.
You're kind to say so, but this is hardly my first time in Mystra's presence. It's more the matter of what I'm going to say to her. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm going to have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go.
Oh, Gale, don't give anything away. Just find out what she has to say.
You'd make a fine three-dragon anti-player, you know? I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of three-dragon ante. I'll let Mystra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Best of luck.
Gale of Waterdeep, you look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite weave.
You can no more control the Karsite weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
Great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Welcome back.
The Karsite weave. I had no idea. Do you realize what this means?
Oh.
The orb is no stray piece of ordinary magic. It is something entirely different. The nascent form of a new, divine power. Of course, I couldn't control it. I was mortal. But once I reforge the crown, the power of a god will be mine to command. The orb will answer to me.
I thought the crown is a simple artifact, but this Karsite weave sounds evil.
Evil is a reductive term, too often used to dismiss choices the observer lacks the imagination to understand. Let me assure you, Karsite weave has no more inherent evil to it than a child in the womb, or an axe half forged on the blacksmith's anvil. It is a tool, ready to be shaped by its wielder, by me. And you know me to be someone of reasonably sound moral judgment, don't you?
Reasonably. But are you forgetting how you came into possession of the Karsite weave? Your good intentions could have detonated it.
But they didn't. I always thought it was a miracle that I survived, but I'm starting to wonder if there was more to it. What if it chose me?
Until recently, it was actively trying to kill you. I doubt it cares whose body it's in.
I don't think you're quite seeing what I'm seeing. Think about it. The crown of Karsus, the Netherstones, the Karsite weave. No more than a tadpole's breadth from being reunited. This is my chance to get back everything that was taken from me. Everything Mystra denied me. And once I have it, I can forge a better world. Be a better god. I want you to help me.
Well, Gale, this is your decision to make, not mine.
Well then, what more is there to discuss? All we need to do is stay focused on the task at hand. Defeating that Elder Brain. After that, you can leave the rest to me.
He seems pretty set. We'll see how it goes.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow. But he is strong enough to persevere, I think.
Far from me to judge Gale for playing coy with Mystra. But I will not be cleaning up whatever mess she makes of him for it.
So, Gale's hedging his bets with Mystra? I can't say I blame him. Who'd want to hold a power like the crown of Karsus in their hands just to hand it to someone else? I know what my decision would be, but we're all different, of course.
We are all different, aren't we?
Wow. So that was Mystra. Pretty spectacular stuff. But I think Gale was right not to agree to do her bidding, no questions asked. I respect the gods, but they don't always understand what they're asking of us. Maybe immortality makes it hard to know what it's like to be one of us piggies. Proud of Gale, though. It takes some man to hold his own in front of the divine.
Ally mine. We are reunited once more. I was just reviewing our fight against foul Lorroakan. Your moves and mine. The victory was soundly won.
It was.
Don't you think?
We fought well, though I was a little worried about you afterwards, in truth.
Set your mind at ease, my friend. Dame Aylin is more well now than she has been this past century. Enjoy the spoils of your victory. Spin memories of our prowess in your mind like silk floss. Now, I must inform you of my news. There is a Selûnite enclave, not far from fair Baldur's Gate. The Absolute's armies have left them in sore need of aid. Aid I will provide, in the Moon Maiden's name. But fear not, when the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Dame Aylin will stand at your side. Go well, friend. The city will be saved. We will be certain of it.
Good luck. Right, she's gonna leave camp for a little bit. She's got things to do.
I do not trust Mystra to do right with the crown, but I think I trust Gale even less. He must give it to her when the time comes, or his lust for power might well consume him.
This crown seems too powerful and dangerous an object for mere mortals to possess. Too dangerous even for Mystra. But I would sooner trust it with a god than with Gale.
People in the camp are 50-50 on this.
What is it, my friend?
We got to know Minx in the last episode. I did go and upgrade him and change his layout and everything. He is now not what you would expect. He is a sorcerer. Entirely weird for Minx, right? But I have done something funny. I have made him a wild magic sorcerer. So that means when we cast the spell, there is a chance that something will backfire. And, well, it might make for some interesting gameplay. I've never played wild magic before. But I think with Minx being a sorcerer, thematically it made a lot of sense that he would cast the spell and something would go terribly wrong. So he will be in the party instead of Gale for the next little while because I want him and Jaheira in the party. Because they're old friends, they might have some lore for us while we're in Baldur's Gate.
Who is at your back? Well, Minskis.
That's why we bought the birthright. And we will, for now, give him the legendary staff and the robe of the weave. It kind of suits Minx, though, this robe, because it, you know, feel like it's something he would wear. And wild magic sorcerer should be a lot of fun to see.
You sleep, but the wicked don't. Someone is here to disturb your rest.
Get the hells away from me!
Astarion's siblings have arrived.
Peace, brother. We're here to take you home.
The Master needs all 7 of us for the ceremony. Come with us and be reborn. We'll live again.
What does Cazador want with him?
The right. The Master needs him. He must attend.
Oh, I'm well aware of what the Master needs. But don't we deserve better?
Better? What do you mean, better?
After all these centuries of torment, I know what you all want. More than power. More than to walk in the sun. You want to see him dead. The right of profane ascension will be mine. And he won't see a scrap of its glory. I am going to complete the ritual as the Ascendant, and then I am going to kill him! This is your chance. Stand with me. Name me your new master. We will get our revenge. And you will all live again.
His liar's smile spells danger. He knows full well that his kin will die in the ritual, but if any of the bearers of the scar die before the ritual begins, he will lose his chance to perform the rite himself. He needs them to run willingly to their deaths, thinking they stand a chance against their master.
He's free of Cazador's command. You should follow him. He will save you. He won't save you.
Save us? That lickspittle only ever wanted to save himself. The rest of us be damned. And now you think we'll throw away our chance at freedom by bowing to you? You were always weak, brother. We don't follow weak.
This is our only chance to be free, to end centuries of slavery. You will not ruin it, Astarion.
Little campfight against some vampires now. Maybe it will give Minx a chance to see his wild magic in action. Bend luck as well because of wild magic, which is basically like War God's Blessing. Not as good, but basically the same thing. Now they do disappear when we deal with them here, but they don't die, so it's all good. Alright, Minx, cast your first spell. We've also equipped Minx with some pretty sick gear, like reverberation and mental fatigue just from casting spells, you know. Astarion using that new bow that we got him.
What a mess. Well, at least you've met my family now.
For some reason, Shadowheart is having the conversation with Astarion. I guess she was just closest one. I don't know. I can't believe how you lied to them. You know they'll have to die for the right to happen.
What does it matter? There's only 6 of them. And they are vampire spawn.
You don't have sympathy for others sharing your plight?
No one ever looked out for me. No one ever said a kind thing to me. You're the only one. Other people don't have a heart like you. You're... you. No one is like that.
Just pretend this isn't Shadowheart. There are others like me who will care for you if you care for them.
Don't sell yourself so short. But perhaps there's something in what you say.
Those vampire spawn came for Astarion, didn't they? Lucky for him that we were here to fight them off.
Nighttime raids are the height of rudeness in Rashiman. Could they not have attacked by morning? I return to my blankets. And should I be killed in my sleep, I warn you, Boo will be thirsty come dawn.
I bet.
Cazador is keen to greet his wayward son once more. With open arms, or iron shackles.
Not the kind of excitement I usually enjoy being woken up for. Still, better than not waking up at all. Or waking up as something else entirely.
Could have happened. Do you regret not using the orb when you had the chance?
I regret many things in my life. Choosing to be here, intact and unexploded, is not one of them. For now, to have a few more days in your company, no. I wouldn't change a thing.
Thing. And why does Elminster have such faith in you?
I've often asked myself the same question, and never really found a satisfactory answer. He clearly sees something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it. I take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently.
I dare Cazador to send more lackeys our way. This is our territory. I'll crack anyone who tries to come into my house and hurt my people.
I believe you.
Cazador's minions have picked up our trail. For Astarion's sake, I hope this was the last of them.
Seeing that hyena over Lae'zel's head is kind of funny.
Vampire spawn. One's proven enough, let alone a horde of them.
And that is where I'll bring this episode to an end. We did go to the Wizard's Tower today. We dealt with Lorroakan, kind of an asshole of a character, honestly. It's even funnier when Roland actually is alive and makes it here. He's only made it here on one of my playthroughs, my honor mode one though. So I haven't had that interaction with him much, but it is kind of funny when he is here. Because there's something you can ask him when you speak with Dead. But yeah, we dealt with that. We got the book that Gale was looking for. We found the book that we needed back in Act 1, but I didn't read it. Got some good equipment for our now sorcerer, Minx, and Gale, the wizard. They'll be sharing that equipment, the robe and the legendary staff, between... depending on who's in the party on every episode, you know. Timeline-wise, it would make sense if I went and did Astarion's quest in the next episode, just because of what happened just now. I'm not sure if I will, because I was also thinking about quests that I find most interesting at this point, to deal with a hag of some type. So those are kind of my two options right now. I either do one or the other in the next episode, but I haven't decided yet, so we'll find out when we get there. Thank you for joining me in this episode. Hope you have a great day or night, depending on when you're watching. And I will see you in the next episode.